As people reach old age, the best way to live only requires one word. Out of 10 people who read this, 9 will have an epiphany. Wang Wei once wrote in a poem, "In old age, as all is consumed, one should not care about worldly matters." As the years go by, after experiencing the ups and downs and the hustles of life, many people just want to find a moment of peace in their later years. But life is like the sea, constantly full of waves. In the hustle and bustle of the world, disturbances and entanglements are inevitable. How can one maintain inner peace in such circumstances? In fact, the best way to live can be summed up in one word: pretend. 1. Pretend to be poor in front of others. The writer Oscar Wilde once said, "When I was young, I thought money was the most important thing in the world. Now that I'm old, I know that it truly is." When young, one person eating enough means the whole family doesn't worry. Even without savings, one can still have no worries about food and clothing. But as one gets older, money becomes harder to earn. What one can rely on are often just their own savings and pension. Daily necessities, food, clothing, shelter and travel, medical care, and health maintenance, all of these are considerable expenses. One must live within their means and be cautious, especially in front of others. One must learn to pretend to be poor, keeping their true financial situation a secret. After all, not everyone wishes you well. Being too showy only invites envy and malice from others. Moreover, it's important to be wary of others. If people know how much money you have, relatives and friends will inevitably ask to borrow money. Not lending it could hurt the relationship, and lending it could lead to complicated debts. In the end, the money is gone, and so is the relationship. It's better to avoid unnecessary troubles. Instead of being flamboyant, it's better to be low-key. Pretending to be poor is not shameful. It's flaunting wealth and comparing yourself to others that truly causes trouble. There's an old saying that goes, "One should not expose wealth." As people grow old, they have accumulated some savings to secure their life. Wise, elderly people understand the importance of hiding their wealth and pretending to be poor. Compared to superficial vanity, they value inner substance more because money is the lifeline in old age. Without the awareness of keeping it secret, one will inevitably regret it, possibly even losing the fruits of a lifetime of effort. Protecting one's money and living a good life is the clearest and wisest choice. 2. Pretend to be ignorant about family matters. There is an old Chinese saying, "If you're not foolish or deaf, you won't be the head of the household." As an elder in the family, it is essential to learn to pretend to be ignorant and not interfere too much in family affairs. If younger family members have conflicts and you step in to mediate, it could cause resentment. If they reluctantly accept your intervention, they might harbor bitterness towards you. If they reject your advice, it could lead to tension and disrupt the peace in the family. What starts as a small issue could escalate into an uncontrollable situation, potentially fracturing the family. Insisting on getting to the bottom of every issue only tires you and hurts your family. So, in many cases, you don't need to manage everything, nor express your stance too clearly. Some conflicts can be smoothed over by turning a blind eye, and some disputes can be resolved by staying silent. Learning to pretend to be ignorant can turn major issues into minor ones and resolve minor issues altogether. It is a form of wisdom in handling matters and a rare blessing. As Bai Yin Song said, there are two basic points in life. One is to be carefree, and the other is to be a little muddle-headed. As people grow older and have more free time, they should be enjoying the company of their children and savoring life. Instead of getting involved in family matters, which could cause trouble for the younger generation and frustration for themselves, it's better to live carefree, focusing on their own life. Cultivate hobbies, exercise, and make friends. As you age, continue to improve, living a full and wonderful life. 3. Pretend to be weak in front of your children. In the Strategies of the Warring States, it is said, parents love their children, so they plan for their future. As people reach old age, besides taking care of themselves, they hope for their children's success. They wish for their children to be self-reliant, take on responsibilities, and achieve great things. However, some parents, even in their old age, remain domineering and take on too much. They interfere in their children's choices, try to pave the way for them, and even spend their time and energy taking care of their grandchildren and doing housework. They might even deplete their savings and resources for their children. But this only burdens themselves and spoils their children, depriving them of the opportunity to grow and mature. There's an old saying, if the mother is weak, the son is strong. If the mother is strong, the son is weak. Truly far-sighted parents know when to pretend to be weak and old in front of their children. Pretending to be weak doesn't mean being submissive. It means learning to say no and knowing when to let go. Children and grandchildren have their own fortune. They do not need us to be their oxen and horses. Children have their own lives to live, and we have our own lives to enjoy. Only by doing this can children avoid becoming overly dependent and learn to appreciate the hardships of their parents, becoming more filial and sincere. This will also lead to a smoother and more satisfying old age. In the later stages of life, how to live more peacefully and happily is something everyone thinks about. Pretending to be poor helps us cherish our resources and avoid being burdened by material wealth. Pretending to be ignorant teaches us to be tolerant and let go, staying away from unnecessary disputes. Pretending to be weak makes us humble and self-aware, winning the care and support of others. These pretends are not disguises but wise choices, reflecting an attitude of letting go of attachments and living more calmly. Sometimes life requires a bit of wise pretending to find simple happiness in a complex world. On this path, we can achieve peace, tranquility, and true joy, living more freely and wisely. That's all for today's sharing. Thank you for watching. I hope today's content resonated with you. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click subscribe so that we can accompany you every day. Let's grow together, be happy together, and grow old together. See you next time.